Out here in the California desert, we have a ton of cacti, and it turns out you can use them to make a pretty good margarita. So today we're going to make a prickly pear simple syrup margarita. The part of the prickly pear that we're going to use is the cactus fruit. These have a ton of spines on them, so you need to use a utensil or some heavy gloves to actually tear them off. And you can tell that they're ripe by the waxy sort of surface they get, or their deep red color. Sometimes some of them will split open, or you'll have chipmunks or squirrels that are trying to eat them as well, which is a good sign that they're all the way ripe. We're going to end up skinning these cactus fruits and then reducing them in a big pot of boiling water into a syrup. So it doesn't really matter how many you have, but obviously the more you have, the larger yield you'll get. First, we need to take care of some of the spines on the surface of the prickly pear fruit. The easiest way to deal with these is to burn them with a torch, or if you have an open flame burner, you can burn them that way. You don't want to put too much heat on these because they'll start to blister, just enough to actually burn the spines off. Once you've taken a torch to all your prickly pear fruits, they should be a little bit easier to handle. Next thing we need to do is actually skin them, and the easiest way to do this is just with a knife. I tried using a peeler, but the knobs from the spines actually made it way harder than it needed to be. So to clean these up, you want to skin the outsides and then cut the rough edges off of each end and then split them in half. You should be able to see some of the seeds in the center and the really dark red color. Next, we're going to add all of our halved fruits into a pot of water with just enough water to cover all the fruit in it. Bring it to a roiling boil and then down to a hard simmer. And once a few minutes have passed, start to sort of mash them up in the pot a little bit and leave it to simmer for about an hour. They should look a little bit more orange at the end of the full boil, something like this. We're going to remove all the fruits from the pot and then strain the liquid through a cheesecloth. Once you get all the needles, spines, and seeds out, you should have a nice ruby red fruit juice left over. If you want a lighter syrup, you can add less sugar. We did a 60% ratio and I thought that was perfect. You can always add a little bit of lemon juice to take the sweetness down a notch. Stir to incorporate your sugar and you should be done. This is the yield that we got from about 15 prickly pear fruits, which I was really happy with. And to make a classic margarita with your prickly pear simple syrup, combine the juice of 1 lime, 2 ounces of tequila, and 1 ounce of the syrup into a cocktail shaker with ice. Shake it until it's all cold and then serve it immediately. So that's how you take a prickly pear cactus fruit and turn it into simple syrup and then make a margarita with it. Thanks for watching and I'll see you guys next time.